Now on Coast TV News.
Clouds are increasing this morning and showers off to our west, so keep the rain gear handy. Those showers develop later today, then become a steady rain into Wednesday with a yellow alert in effect. I'll track it on Futurecast next.
Primary day in Maryland, we look at the key races that will determine candidates for November's general election.
Selections for Delaware School Boards. We have competitive races in Sussex County.
Bridge blast, the demolition, and what is hoped to be the result near the Port of Baltimore.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It's Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Paige, you've got a lot going on today. Yes. Voting taking place in both Maryland and Delaware today.
Yes, yeah, a lot going on. So we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, I know you want your weather to help you prepare as you head out the door. So we're bringing in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Good morning, Bob.
Hey. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Delmarva. You know, if you're headed out to the polls, well, later today, make sure you have the umbrella handy. But this morning, we're in good shape. It's just kind of cool. Temperatures in the 50s to around 60 in Bethany Beach, 58 Ocean City, Salisbury 54, Georgetown 53. And we've got a southerly breeze right now, and the clouds are beginning to increase. So we might see a little bit of sunshine early on, but thickening clouds. And you can see the rain already showing up on radar across areas of Virginia. And that will be moving in later today. So this morning, mostly cloudy, but have the umbrella handy. We're warming through the 60s by noon, mid 70s. Despite the clouds, it gets pretty warm, but then here come the showers beginning mid-afternoon, and they'll start picking up in intensity tonight. Here's your day part forecast, increasing the clouds, not showing the rain here, but I think we could start to see the rain after about 1 o'clock, and then it starts to get heavier as we go into Wednesday, especially tonight and Wednesday with a yellow alert day. I'll have much more on that coming up in a few minutes.
Bob, happening today, the Maryland primary in two races that we are paying extra attention to, U.S. Senate and House District 1. First, the Senate race. This is to replace the retiring Democrat Ben Cardin. And on the Democrat side, you can see all the candidates on your screen. There are 7 vying for that party's nomination. A slightly larger field on the Republican side. You can see all those candidates here. A Republican has not been elected by Marylanders to the Senate since 1980.
Over in the race for the House of Representatives, only a few candidates on both sides for a House seat 1. You can see those candidates. We're showing them on your screen. Republican incumbent Andy Harris will compete against 2 other candidates, Chris Bruneau and Michael Lemon. There are only 2 Democratic candidates looking to take the spot, which, again, we're showing you right there, Blaine Miller and Blessing Olowadari. They are on the ballot. Those polls are open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Yeah, Maryland not the only state holding elections on this Tuesday. School board elections taking place all across Delaware. Here are the contested races we are tracking. 3 of the districts in Indian River have more than 1 candidate on the ballot. We are talking about districts 1, 4, and 5. In Woodbridge, 3 candidates are running for the at-large seat. 2 are running in Delmarva for that district's at-large seat, and polls are open statewide from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
And now we're going to break down the proposed 2025 Worcester County budget. It's focusing on education. According to the budget, the county plans to invest heavily in education, allocating nearly $117 million. This is over half of its total budget to support local schools. The county says the funding boost will cover both day-to-day school operations and the cost of building new school facilities. Teachers and school staff, they can look forward to salary increases, including a 6% raise for certified teachers and a 6.5% raise for support staff. The budget includes better pay for bus drivers and increased spending on school buses.
As you first saw on the Coast TV News app, today Laurel School District Superintendent Sean Larimore facing 5 charges from a DUI incident. According to Laurel Police, Larimore was stopped after failing to stop or slow down for a police traffic stop. This happened Friday night on Sussex Highway near Camp Road. And according to police, he was driving a Ford F-150 with expired registration and was seen driving almost entirely on the shoulder as well as swerving lanes. Police say that when stopped, they found signs of alcohol impairment.
The planned demolition to remove a portion of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland took place yesterday. We're showing it to you there on your screen. Maryland's governor discussed the removal process and saying it involves using a small explosive to break apart the massive chunk of the bridge that collapsed when a cargo ship hit it 6 weeks ago. The demolition aims to remove that debris and ultimately free the ship that's still partially trapped underneath.
Louis City Council exploring the option of imposing a 3% lodging tax on hotels, and some business owners say the proposal may make it more difficult to rent out rooms. Lewis currently does not have a lodging tax in place, but hotel owners do have to pay an 8% tax to the state. And hotel owners who have to pay both of those taxes if this proposed ordinance gets the green light. CoastTV spoke with one business owner, and he said he doesn't want to charge his customers more.
It could deter some people. I couldn't project that it would, because 1 or 2 or 3% is not going to break the budget. But you know, it could be a factor in some people's desire to come visit us.
Nothing was finalized at Monday night's City Council meeting.
Staying in Lewis, at the same council meeting, the Lewis Public Library is moving forward with a new pavilion. You're going to see renderings of it there on your screen. It's a new addition to the library. And according to the library, the purpose of the pavilion would be for library programs and events, but also it would be available for community and private events. City Council reviewed the plans at their meeting, and they will allow the library to move forward with their project. The library has received all the necessary approvals from various city and state agencies to break ground. The Ocean Pines Association has some strict rules when it comes to what property owners can put in their own yard. Teachers and parents around Worcester County have put up signs on their lawn, hoping to build support for public school budgets. But now the Ocean Pines Association has a list of rules and regulations for what can and cannot be displayed on people's properties. So if you want to post a sign, even in your own yard, it requires written permission from the Architectural Review Committee. None of the signs that we saw here, they were received that had approval. In fact, one Worcester County teacher in Ocean City had to take theirs down, but she continues to show her support.
We're continuing to try to impress upon the commissioners that, you know, this is really important for the schools to stay great.
Some teachers and parents hope they can make a change before the Worcester County budget is final. And this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We're asking you, how important is visible community support for public education?
All right, so let's take a look at the updated results. 48% are voting irrelevant. 40% say very important. Then we have a distribution of a couple of votes between somewhat and not so much. If you have not voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or on the mobile app. Happening tonight, most anticipated game in the history of the Women's Pro Basketball League, the WNBA. Caitlin Clark will make her debut with the Indiana Fever. Clark is college basketball's all-time scoring leader and a two-time player of the year. Clark and her team playing on the road in Connecticut. Former President Trump's longtime lawyer, Michael Cohen, is expected back on the witness stand today. Cohen, who pleaded guilty to lying to Congress 6 years ago, is considered the key witness by the Democrats prosecuting this case. Now
NBC's Bree Jackson shows us the outcome of yesterday's court day and what's expected as this trial continues.
You have any messages for Donald Trump?
Former President Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, taking the stand, testifying that he was acting on behalf of Trump when he made hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, saying everything required Mr. Trump's sign-off. Cohen also claiming Trump was furious in 2016 when he learned Daniels was still trying to sell her story of an alleged sexual encounter with the former president, stating that he told Mr. Trump he would pay Daniels as part of a non-disclosure agreement, opting to use money from a home equity line of credit, and that Mr. Trump's response was along the lines of, "Don't worry, you'll get the money back." Trump is accused of falsifying business records to cover up a reimbursement to Cohen.
They have to believe Michael Cohen, the conspirators, Donald Trump, that they are potentially breaking the law, that they falsified these documents with the intent to break another law. In order to do so, that statement, this has to appear as legitimate.
The former president's political allies came to his defense.
I'm here for the simple reason to show support for a friend. I think this trial is absolutely ridiculous.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever been in. Mental anguish is trying to be pushed on the Republican candidate for the President of the United States this year. That's all this is.
Trump denies the allegations.
There's no crime here. This is 4 weeks of keeping me from not campaigning.
The former president's legal team has attacked Cohen's credibility and argues he's out for revenge. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Cross-examination by Trump's lawyer is expected to begin today. The defense is expected to hit Cohen on his past convictions and his credibility.
All right, we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, Beach Benefits will tell you the plans for the millions of dollars announced for our Delaware beaches.
And an area in Georgetown under inspection as officials aim to determine what kind of improvements are needed. We're telling you what the inspection will entail.
And the long-awaited 5 Points Roundabout actually won't be opening when expected. We'll tell you what DelDOT is saying that caused the delay and the new expected open date. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover local wellness at the upcoming health fair this Saturday and learn how your blood donation could win you a brew. Plus, we unravel the proper way to eat French fries in our great debate. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
There are many signs that can indicate your loved ones are struggling to take care of themselves. Poor hygiene, a messy house, unexplained weight loss, the list goes on. In-home care is a delicate subject, but can greatly improve their quality of life. Express your concerns without accusing. Involve them in decisions and enlist the help of others.
Homewell Care Services provides quality in-home care 24/7 or short-term care when you need it most. To learn more about Homewell Care Services, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Rock Shop with Steve Mons. Weekday mornings, 6 till 10. Big 107.7.
My spirit just want to throw the shoe, and it's a compliment, Chris. Country superstar Chris Stapleton.
I didn't go to a shoe-throwing church.
And of course, we got to sing together.
Every single minute of every day.
5:12 on our Tuesday morning, seeing a little bit of blue sky. It's not going to last long. Bay Health Cam 56 in Dover, and we've got 50s out the door, even 50 in Red and 54 Salisbury, 60 at Bethany Beach right now. Clouds are beginning to increase right now, thickening back to our south and west. Even some showers now beginning to show up across Virginia. So here's your golf forecast. First half of the day good. Second half, need the rain gear. So I put it in the fair category for today. Mostly cloudy showers later today, but it will be mild and a high of 75.
Get ready to slow down today in Ocean City. A special event zone is back. According to the town, this is for the annual Cruisin' Ocean City event. The special event zone will be in effect starting today. It'll go through Sunday. And during the week, all speed limits in town are reduced to 30 miles per hour. Also, fines are increased, and police say they could arrest violators for reckless driving. The Cruisin' Ocean City event will take place on Thursday. It will go through the 19th. Got an update for you on a story that we have been covering. It's about that new roundabout near 5 Points in the Lewis area, and it was supposed to be fully opened tomorrow. Now, there's going to be a slight delay. All the rainy weather that Bob's been talking about in the upcoming days going to push things back just a bit. It's not going to be a big delay. DelDOT tells Coast TV News that they still plan to have it open before the end of the week, so we will keep an eye on that and update you with any new information.
You may have to kiss your Cheddar Bay biscuits goodbye. Red Lobster is abruptly closing at least 48 of its restaurants all around the country. That's according to a leading restaurant liquidator. And this week, Tag EX Brands is conducting an online auction of Red Lobster kitchen equipment, furniture, and other contents at restaurants that are closing. That's really sad. All right, well, General Motors' autonomous driving Cruise will start taking its self-driving vehicles out on public roads again this week. The company had to halt testing last October after a pedestrian was hit in San Francisco. To help prevent similar incidents, Cruise's vehicles will have a safety driver at the wheel of the modified Chevrolet Bolt EVs. Still ahead this morning, an area in Georgetown is under inspection as officials aim to determine what kinds of improvements are needed there. We're telling you why one local is happy to see a survey moving along.
We're seeing red skies in Salisbury this morning. Out ahead of the rain today, Spicer Brothers Camp, 57 degrees. And we're looking at those showers increasing later today, and that builds into a steady rain overnight. A yellow alert for at least a half an inch of rain as we go into Wednesday. I'll have the details coming up next.
AANHPI Amplified.
Honor cyclists and loved ones who were injured or lost their lives as a result of vehicle cyclist crashes. Join us for the Maryland Eastern Shore Ride of Silence Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. As part of May Bike Month, we're bringing attention to drivers and cyclists sharing the road. Start and finish at Unity Square in Salisbury. Helmets are required and lights front and back are encouraged. For more information, visit the Ride of Silence Maryland Eastern Shore Facebook page.
Treat yourself to a culinary journey like no other at Benvenuto. Delaware Today named Benvenuto as a 2023 Best of Delaware Dining and Event Restaurant, where the perfect fusion of comfort, exquisite flavors, and a captivating atmosphere awaits you. Our passion for exceptional cuisine shines through every dish as we artfully combine international flavors and fresh, locally sourced ingredients. With stunning spaces and a private room for special occasions, our breathtaking Tuscan design sets the stage for an unforgettable dining experience. Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
Have you seen those crazy HVAC deals? Don't fall for that. At Above and Beyond Service Heating and Cooling, we just don't make promises, we deliver results. With our Peace of Mind maintenance agreement, you can rest assured we will keep up with your system throughout the year. We're a local company. You're not just a customer, you're our neighbor. Take advantage of our 0% finance for up to 72 months or up to $3,000 in rebates on a new train system. Call Above and Beyond Services to keep your family comfortable. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. Coast TV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:17, and we are showing you a live look this morning at Ocean City. We are still waiting for that sunrise. Not as a spectacular shot there as we saw in Salisbury moments ago, but Bob, right now looks nice. But you're tracking some rain for later in the day.
We are. So if you have those outdoor chores, Matt, cutting the grass, and you said you were doing some yard work, and maybe you're exercising, do that this morning because that's the dry time. I think the showers do roll in this afternoon as we're seeing the clouds beginning to increase, making for a beautiful sunrise. But you can see the deeper white clouds now beginning to build into Delmarva. And then farther to the south and west, we've got some showers breaking out across Virginia. So that's a few hours away, but they're on the way, so make sure you have the rain gear. Seeing more of those showers extending into the Carolinas, and even more rain back to the west across the Tennessee Valley and the Gulf Coast, and this whole mess of clouds and showers is coming our way. Now, temperature-wise, out the door, not too bad. Need that lighter jacket, but once again, grab the umbrella and raincoat with 50s to around 60 in Bethany Beach, 50 in Redden, so a little cooler inland as the winds have shifted to the south. And here's Futurecast beginning at 7:30. We have the mostly cloudy skies, but despite the clouds, we warm it up pretty quickly. By 10:30, we're in the low 70s, mid 70s by 1. The southerly winds start to pick up, and then we start to see some showers probably after about 2 o'clock, some hit and miss showers as we go into the evening. And then the showers kind of evolve into a steady rain as we go in through the overnight into tomorrow morning. It could be a really messy commute with steady to maybe moderate rain and temperatures in the 50s and 60s and an easterly wind. Look at this. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, if this is the scenario, it is a wet and cool and raw day. Some of that rain could be heavy into the afternoon, and we've got gusty easterly winds, essentially keeping our temperatures in the low to mid 60s for highs in the afternoon, 50s along the coast, and still some lingering showers as we go into Wednesday night, as we keep low pressure just kind of hanging off the coast as we go into Thursday morning, still throwing moisture back into Delmarva as we go into Thursday with scattered scattered showers, and even by Thursday night and Friday morning, still some clouds hanging on. And I think we do dry it out on Friday, but maybe still a few showers as we go later Friday into Saturday. Then it looks like Saturday, well, more showers. We can never have a dry weekend around here, it seems like. And then by Sunday, we're looking at some breaks in the clouds, hopefully dry at that time. Now, we do have a yellow alert for Wednesday. The criteria is, well, at least a half an inch of rain to about an inch of rain. It looks like we fall into that criteria across the area. In some places, picking up over an inch of rain as we go through time. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 75 today. Sun this morning, showers this afternoon. Wednesday, the yellow alert for the steady to heavy rain and only 65. 68 Thursday. Hopefully dry Friday, 70. And some showers on Saturday, 68. 72, a little drier on Sunday. So kind of a flip-flop from last week. And then Monday, 74 and dry. Our umbrella winner today is William Cohan from Lewis. Congratulations, William. You have a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
All right, Bob, a couple of Georgetown streets are being inspected to determine the road and drainage improvements needed. The survey is happening along James Street and Robinson Street. This is between Edward and James Street. Storm drain pipes will be cleaned during the inspection with the goal of ultimately finding ways to improve the drainage system on James Street. We wanted to know how this is being received. We went to Georgetown. Here's what one man told us.
Since the Wawa opened up last fall, you can see by the traffic it normally is not that busy at all. This is a residential area, but it's become a major east-west thoroughfare. It should be tended to now rather than later.
Once finalized, plans will follow town and DNREC standards and require other agency approvals. Up next, beach benefits. We'll tell you why Delaware beaches say they desperately are getting millions of taxpayer money. Don't go anywhere on Coast TV News today.
Social Security and Medicare aren't just handed to us.
We've earned them. Hour by hour. Day by day.
Paycheck by paycheck.
They aren't plans. They're a promise.
Made to every American.
Every American.
And we're not gonna let anyone
break it.
Break it.
Break it.
Neither will I.
And you can consider that a promise too. David Trone will stand up to Republicans looking to strip the safety net seniors depend on. And there's no backing down.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Rally for our first responders, Saturday, June 1st from 12 to 6 at Hudson Fields. Enjoy this family-friendly event full of live music, kids' activities, food trucks, vendors, live auction, car show, competitive and social cornhole tournaments, and so much more. Tickets are on sale now starting at $10. Plus, sponsorship opportunities are still available. For more info, visit coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Rock Shop with Steve Mons. Weekday mornings, 6 till 10. Big 107.7.
Do you know any young fishermen looking to compete? There's 1 week left to register for DNREC's youth tournament. In Sussex County, it's Saturday, June 1st at Ingram's Pond in Millsboro. The program is free. It's open to kids 4 to 15 years old. To compete, you should register by Friday.
Monday marked the first day of the seasonal Bethany Beach police training. These 9 recruits met the standards of physical tests and psychological evaluations. The Laurel Police Department and Selbyville Police Department, they came together to help kickstart their careers. Once they complete their training in 2 weeks, they will take part in a 4-day certified cycling course.
Protection coming to Delaware beaches. Senator Tom Carper was in Slaughter Beach yesterday to announce $32 million in funding to protect our Delaware Bay beaches. If you spent much time out there on them, you've probably noticed the Delaware Bay beaches have become extremely thin, and they are turning vulnerable to the impacts of rising seas and coastal storms. This funding will be vital to helping protect the Delaware Bay beaches from continued impacts of climate change.
Funding will go toward restoring some almost 30 miles of beach and dunes. And what do those beach and dunes do? As you know, they help protect our communities along the bay. I want to say from like Pickering all the way down to Lewis.
And the plan is to use funding in part to widen the beaches, but also to change or lessen the slope of the beaches. The goal of those combined steps is to reduce the impacts from waves from coastal storms.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey here again with us. Clouds and potential showers as we move along today along our ocean and bay beaches.
Absolutely, guys. And a little window of sunshine. If you want the sunshine this morning, it's going to be until about 7 or 8 a.m. And then after that, clouds are increasing. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, lower 60s sunshine early, then thickening clouds. And your temperatures only into the 60s today. UV index is moderate. Lewis, you're looking at clouds increasing. I think you do get into the low to mid 70s and lower 70s for Rehoboth as well. Waves around 2 to 4 feet on the bay side. Increasing clouds in Cambridge, mid 60s to low 70s by noon. And then the rain builds in this afternoon and into this evening. And from Crisfield, we're looking at 60s this morning with some sunshine. You're also getting into the 70s, but then dipping into the 60s as the rain increases. That rain becomes steady to maybe heavy by Wednesday with the yellow alert. More on that coming up in a couple of minutes.
Thank you. Also coming up after the break, the process of clearing the destruction of the Key Bridge collapse continues. We're telling you about plans for finally removing that ship from the water.
Also happening today, voting for school boards all over Delaware. We'll tell you which districts have competitive races.
And Maryland prepares for their primary. Many candidates on the ballot today in the Maryland primary. We're showing you who's vying for a position on each side in the House and the Senate. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
At the Jason Anderson Foundation for Youth Sports, we understand the benefits that sports activities provide to all children. Health, teamwork, leadership, and friendship. These are the foundations of growth. We provide team grants and individual scholarships to children in need, ensuring no one is left off the playing field. Our focus is helping kids 6 to 14 years old. Apply today at jasonandersonfoundation.org. The Jason Anderson Foundation for Youth Sports, where every kid plays.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Now on Coast TV News.
Clouds are increasing this morning and showers developing to our west. Those build in during the course of the day. It becomes a steady rain tonight into Wednesday with a yellow alert in effect. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next.
MD primary. Key races we are tracking in Maryland as candidates vie for their party's nomination.
Delaware School District decisions, voters going to the polls today in Delaware. Which districts have competitive races for school board seats?
Looming lodge tax in Lewis, what the city is attempting to do, and why some hotels are saying a new tax will be double dipping.
This is Coast TV News Today.
May 14th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 5:30 as we make our way in this Tuesday morning. It's a morning that people will be going to the polls both in Delaware and Maryland.
Yeah, for sure. But I did hear Bob say earlier, if you're planning on going to the polls and you maybe have to wait in line, you might need an umbrella. So he's going to help you prepare for the rest of your day. We're bringing back Bob Chahi now. Hey, Bob.
Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, Delmarva. I think we'll need the umbrella and the raincoat later on, probably early afternoon. This morning, I think we're okay. So if you're out about this morning, don't need the raincoat, but pack it if you're not going to be home for a while. We're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 50s inland areas, 60 Bethany Beach, 53 in Georgetown. And we've got a southerly breeze right now, so that will keep us mild today. We do have mostly cloudy skies, some peaks of blue sky, but thickening clouds back to the west and even showers now breaking out across Virginia. And these are moving our way. Some of them might dry up before they get here, but it looks like they get here sometime early afternoon. So let's track it for you on Futurecast. If you're headed out to the polls by 9, we're in the 60s, mostly cloudy, so just a windbreaker. Then we shoot into the mid-70s by noon. We start to see those showers by early afternoon. A breeze out of the south, temperatures in the 70s, inland 50s and 60s along the coast. And I think the rain will start to intensify for this evening. When we do see the sun, the UV index will be medium today. It's a 5, so burn time 30 minutes and essentially nothing into the afternoon as far as UV. As we go through the next several days, we do dip with the clouds and showers, but then we're into the high to very high range by the end of the week. So the higher SPF, midday shade, limited time outdoors by that time. Much more on your forecast coming up after the break. Coming up in.
All right, Bob, thank you. Happening today, it's the Maryland primary. There are open seats for the Senate and House in the state. On the Democrat side, we're going to show you the candidates on your screen. The front runner, David Trone, competing against 9 other candidates. They're all vying for retiring Senator Ben Cardin's seat. On the Republican side is frontrunner and former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, competing against 6 other candidates. We're showing you all those candidates on your screen now. There's not been a Republican Senate win since 1980.
Over in the race for the House of Representatives, District 1, only a few candidates on both sides. Here are the Republicans. Incumbent Andy Harris is challenged by Chris Bruno and Michael Lemon. There are only 2 Democrat candidates looking to take that spot. We're showing those on your screen, Blaine Miller and Blessing Oluwadere. Got that one. All right, the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Maryland, not the only state holding elections on this Tuesday. School board elections, those are taking place all across Delaware. So here are the contested races that we're tracking. 3 of the districts in Indian River have more than 1 candidate on the ballot. We're talking districts 1, 4, and 5. In Woodbridge, 3 candidates are running for the at-large seat. 2 are running in Delmar for districts at-large seat. Polls are open statewide from 7 to 8 p.m.
Hotels in Lewis are facing a new expense to run their businesses. The city is looking to charge a lodge tax that could be as much as 3%.
Coast TV's Charles Reinert shows us why some business owners say it may be too much.
Checking into a tax increase.
It could deter some people.
Lewis City Council have decided to push a controversial lodging tax forward to a public hearing. This lodging tax would go up to 3% for owners of hotels, motels, and bed and breakfasts. Rick Quill, owner of the Blue Water House, doesn't want to have to charge his customers more.
And again, we don't have a business that's 365 days a year. And I think we're all conscious enough to be grateful for the great guests we get. And our responsibility to them is to try to keep their expenses as low as possible.
Hotels already pay the state of Delaware 8% in hospitality tax, and this extra charge would bring Lewis in line with other beach towns like Rehoboth Beach. But Quill worries it might keep some people from visiting the first town.
I couldn't project that it would, because 1 or 2 or 3% is not going to break the budget. But it could be a factor in some people's desire to come visit us.
The hotel tax is not the only price increase being kicked around. Short-term rental owners' gross receipts rental tax may also go up from 5% to 6%. City Council scheduled a public hearing for both of these increases on July 1st.
We just want to reiterate that there was nothing finalized tonight, and there is still a lot more discussion to be had before we can reach the finish line on this proposed lodging tax. I'm Charles Reinert in Lewis, Coast TV News.
Planned demolition to remove a portion of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland. It took place yesterday. There it is, right there on your screen. It involved using small explosives to break part of a massive chunk of the bridge that collapsed when a cargo ship hit it 6 weeks ago, trapping the 213 million pound vessel underneath. This demolition aims to remove the debris and ultimately free the ship. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Ukraine today. This is his fourth visit to Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv since Russia's invasion. He will meet with President Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss battlefield updates, the impact of new U.S. security, and the tens of billions of dollars of taxpayer money Ukraine is receiving, long-term security benefits, and ongoing work to bolster Ukraine's economic recovery.
Former President Trump blasted the case against him as he left a New York courtroom on Monday. The former president is being charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records to allegedly hide hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Daniels testified she had a brief sexual encounter with Trump, a claim Trump has denied. On his way out of court, the former president cited quotes from a number of politicians and media allies who believe this case is unjust.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, Ocean City could see a new hotel tax. We're telling you the increase set for decision by Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
And Cape Henlopen Boys High School lacrosse gearing up for the biggest test of the season. We'll show you what to expect as they take on Salesian Adam tonight. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover local wellness at the upcoming health fair this Saturday and learn how your blood donation could win you a brew. Plus, we unravel the proper way to eat French fries in our great debate. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Seeing clients lead healthier, more fulfilling lives is incredibly rewarding.
Transform lives with the power of mental wellness. The goal at Life's Energy Wellness Center is to make an impact on individuals' lives by fostering positive change in a calming and insightful environment. Now hiring behavioral health professionals and administrative support staff with great benefits and flexible scheduling.
Your impact matters.
Join our team and apply today, because together we can create a community of support and resilience.
Avery Hall's a family to me. What I like most about my job is meeting and helping people, and we try to design a portfolio that works for them. One of the best compliments I've ever received is after a claim. When the customer and I talk, and they mention that we really helped. It made a difference. Avery Hall means a lot to the community. We've been here for almost 100 years, and it's just stability. Avery Hall means stability. My name is Tom Bowl. I'm an account executive at Avery Hall Insurance.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
Next Extra, after J-Lo's major fashion moment at the Met Gala.
Those nights are about that.
We've got her new interview, the one thing she says people always get wrong about her, and why her new movie about AI is totally freaking her out. Next Extra.
Today at 11:30 on Coast TV.
5:38 on our Tuesday morning. We're looking at increasing clouds in Ocean City. Dry tech cam showing maybe a few little peaks of blue, but that's going to go away once those clouds start to thicken up. It's not too bad out there. We had 40s yesterday morning, and with the clouds this morning, it's in the low to mid 50s, even upper 50s to around 60 at the beaches, and those clouds are thickening up. So maybe an hour or so of sunshine this morning, and then the thickening clouds as we are seeing showers now developing back through Virginia, and those will start to move to the north and east. So if you're headed out to the golf course, have fun and bring your rain gear. I have it in the fair category today. Mostly cloudy, dry this morning, and then showers this afternoon in 75. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, 443-880-9100. It's sponsored by Baird, Mendows, Brockstead, and Federico.
Today, maintenance works coming to one of Lewis's most important roadways. The city says crews will be working at the Savannah Road Drawbridge. This bridge will open at 10 a.m. as needed.
Some good news in Bethany Beach. The latest water quality report confirms the community's drinking water meets all federal safety standards. Property owners with health concerns should consult their doctors about water use. There are monthly discussions for this at Town Hall.
Happening tonight, the most anticipated game in the history of the Women's Pro Basketball League, the WNBA. Caitlin Clark will make her debut with the Indiana Fever. Clark is college basketball's all-time scoring leader and a two-time player of the year. Clark and her team are playing on the road in Connecticut.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Well, the Phillies came into this week holding the best record in baseball. That seemed bound to change last night in Queens. Bottom 7, Mets' Tyrone Taylor hitting a chop on a third. Deja vu for Alec Boehm. Ball scoots in the left. Pete Alonso scoring, and the Phils trail 4-2. To the ninth, Edwin Diaz in for the save. The Trumpets, well, they've been out of tune so far this season. Bryson Stott getting the party started with a solo homer. Fourth of the season for Stott. It's 4-3. Then after Philly loaded the bases, painful redemption for Boehm. Hit on the hand by a Diaz fastball. That would force in the tying run. The Titans would then take a 5-4 lead in the 10th on a sac fly. Jose Alvarado doing what Diaz could not. Game, set, match. Phils win it 5-4. Meanwhile, after last night's 8-7 win for Del Mar softball and extras, we've got another good one on DSN tonight in Lewis. Cape Henlopen Boys Lacrosse hosting the number 6 team in the country, Silesianum. The Vikings are 11-3 on the season, most recently falling to Archmere Academy 11-6. This is a rematch of the past 6 state title games in Delaware. Sally's has won 5 of the past 6 crowns. Tune in just before 7 on DSN. That is for sports.
Very excited for this one. We have a new look at the upcoming Wicked movie, and George Clooney heads to Broadway. Rick Damigella has all that and more in this Hollywood Minute.
Wait a minute. We have new footage from the big screen adaptation of the beloved musical Wicked. This is a closer look at Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as the Witches of Oz. Fans will get to see more when the first of the 2 film series arrives this Thanksgiving. George Clooney is set to make his Broadway debut in a stage adaptation of his acclaimed 2005 film Good Night and Good Luck. The actor also co-wrote the play, which is based on the life of journalist Edward R. Murrow and set to debut next spring.
Whether you take it as the intent of he's really dedicated to what he's doing or he should get help, I'll leave that up to you.
You talking about me?
Yes.
Billy Corgan's journey as owner of the National Wrestling Alliance is documented in Billy Corgan's Adventures in Carneyland. The 8-episode reality show sees the rock star balancing music, family, and wrestling, which he and fiancée Chloe Mendel explain is their everyday life.
We literally will be sitting at the kitchen table having dinner, and in one conversation go from high couture fashion to the NWA to Pumpkin's political problems, You know what I mean? It's so normal in our life that we don't even blink. But if you think about it on paper, it makes not a lot of sense. But here we are.
It's following your passion. I think that's what the show is. It's not being afraid of what other people think and doing what you love.
The show premieres today on the CW app and CWTV.com. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Clouds are increasing on our Tuesday morning. Tidal Health Cam showing that. The clouds getting a little darker, a little thicker, 54 in Salisbury. And we'll see that rain building in later today in the form of showers, becoming a steady rain this evening into overnight and early Wednesday, prompting a yellow alert. I'll track it all on Futurecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7. With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Day. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Have you visited Tyndall's Casual Furniture this season?
Come see us!
Why shop online when you can explore Delmarva's exclusive Pollywood dealer in person? See the finishes, feel the fabrics, and even sit on the furniture. From polymer to aluminum, wicker and epay, bring home the perfect blend of quality and design with Tyndall's. Crafted to enhance your lifestyle. All of our furniture comes with professional assembly, and take advantage of our in-house white glove delivery. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
Taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
The time is 5:45 on your Tuesday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Dover, checking out the scene there. Okay, Bob, not too bad, but you did mention a few minutes ago clouds starting to move in. We see a little bit of that there over Dover.
We do, and if let's just soak in the sunshine for a little bit, Paige, because it's only going to be here for about an hour or two, and then it'll be gone as the clouds do increase. And today is the warmest day of the next several, as we're looking at a high of 75 despite the increase in clouds. And then Wednesday, really chilly, 65. Some places not even getting to 65. It will be raw, it'll be chilly and rainy, and it's a yellow alert day. Upper 60s Thursday, up to 70 Friday, and then upper 60s Saturday. So basically, after today, we are below average, no 80s whatsoever. We're looking at clouds beginning to increase across Delmarva right now. It's dry, but showers are ready to make their way in through Virginia. We're seeing those scattered showers from Norfolk back through Roanoke, west of D.C. right now. Now, some of these might dry up by the time they get here. It takes a little time to moisten the atmosphere. We're looking at more showers back to our south and west across the Carolinas, heavier rain across the Gulf Coast, and another spinning low pressure across Missouri. So these are all kind of joining forces, increasing the clouds and bringing us showers as we go into today, especially tonight and tomorrow. Out the door, make sure you grab the rain gear and the lighter jacket as well. Temperatures in the 50s and even 50 in Redden, so maybe a heavier jacket there. 55 in Milton and 60 in Bethany Beach as the winds are beginning to turn out of the south. So here's Futurecast this morning. We do quickly warm up, even though we see the clouds through the 60s into the low 70s late morning, and then mid 70s by 1, around 76 in Millsboro, Salisbury 73. A little cooler at the beaches. We start to see showers showing up this afternoon, a little scattered at first, but then I think they'll pick up in intensity as we go through the overnight. Here's 2 a.m. with scattered showers, and then this model has it coming in a little later, like 4 a.m. We start to get into the steady to maybe even moderate rain as we go into Wednesday morning, and it's going to be a messy commute if this is the scenario as we continue to see that steady rain late morning and temperatures struggling through the 50s and 60s with a raw easterly wind, even some heavier rain along the coast early tomorrow afternoon. And then it's just cloudy and kind of drizzly with the rain hanging on even into the evening. Temperatures falling through the 50s, so not a nice weather scenario. And we actually have low pressure hanging off the coast on this model, keeping the showers going as we go into Thursday. Then it finally starts to move out, and Friday we're hoping to be our dry day with more showers moving into Saturday, maybe looking a little drier heading into Sunday. So we're kind of flip-flopping from where we were last weekend, and about a half inch to about an inch of rain, maybe a little more in some pockets as we go into tomorrow. That's why we have the yellow alert for your Wednesday. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 75 today, dropping a good 10 degrees tomorrow to 65 with the rain, with the yellow alert. Some lingering showers Thursday, dry Friday, upper 60s Saturday, around 68, and then hopefully drier Sunday, lower 70s, and a dry and mild start to early next week.
Bob, thank you. It took a little negotiating, but Delaware legislative leaders and Governor John Carney reached an agreement with Delaware's largest hospitals on House Bill 350. For a bit of context, House Bill 350 requires hospitals to submit annual budgets to a cost review board. Hospitals did not like that, but an amendment has been added to the bill that will add a flexible price index, and it'll define the role of the review board with That in hand, the Delaware Healthcare Association has removed their objections. They are now neutral on the bill, which is expected to get a Senate vote Wednesday, and a House vote could follow as soon as Thursday. Governor Carney says he will sign the bill if it passes.
In Ocean City, vacationers there might soon face a hike in their hotel bills. House Bill 186 successfully passed both the Maryland House and Senate that seeks to grant Eastern Shore counties the authority to raise the hotel tax from 5% to 6%. The bill awaits the signature of approval from Governor Wes Moore.
The Lewis Planning Commission's getting ready to tackle housing and environmental plans for Wednesday night. The commission will talk about adding accessory dwelling units, also known as ADUs or tiny homes, into the city's housing plans. The plan would allow smaller secondary homes on properties to help with housing shortages. The commission will also be reviewing some new rules to protect wetlands from damage, better making sure they continue to help prevent flooding and providing a home for wildlife. That meeting takes place at 6:30.
Already mentioned that today is Maryland's primary election, and if you are voting in Salisbury, got a closure to look out for. Ray Street near the Board of Elections, that'll be closed today from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The city says this closure is needed for a smooth operation after the polls close.
Coming up next on Coast TV News today, hundreds of thousands of teens looking for a place to call home. We'll tell you the truth teens in foster care want you to know.
And a little bit of blue sky at our Bay Health cam in Dover, but that's going to be short-lived with clouds increasing and rounds of rain on the way as we go into later today, tonight, tomorrow. Weekend's looking a little bit wet at times as well. Shocking, right? I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
The day of the bridge collapse, my phone just started ringing. The ship struck the bridge. The Dolly was the last ship I was on. It was a punch in the gut. Losing lives is a tragedy, but losing our livelihoods was a disaster. It was a direct hit to longshoremen because if we don't have vessels, we do not have work. Your pay just stopped overnight. We're in trouble. I saw David Trone on the news.
We got to bring these dollars home.
Yes.
And we got to make sure that union labor builds this bridge. We got to keep thinking about those that have lost wages.
That's right.
Longshoremen are small businessmen. They still got mortgages to meet, food to put on the table. So we need an effort not to let that slip through the cracks.
1000%. To have an advocate speaking loud and speaking proud is David Trone for me.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
In one lane. That's how Bennett Termite has always rolled. Termites, pest control, bed bugs, and crawl space encapsulations. Because pest control and crawl spaces go together, as that's where we spend most of our time. By eliminating moisture, we eliminate pests. So, there's still one lane. Point is, we've remained the same, striving for excellence in all. You add phenomenal customer service to that, and well, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs, we're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as one day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Ding dong! What do you want for lunch?
One of the most looked up words was Riz, which is slang for charisma. But if you have to look it up, you ain't got it.
May is Foster Care Awareness Month. A recent study by the Adoption and Foster Care Analysis and Reporting System estimates that there are over 300,000 children in the system. 27% of those are teenagers.
Yeah, Alexa Lorenzo shows us what those teenagers want you to know.
In one school year, I was like in 3 different places.
8th grade was a hard year for Ariana Williams.
I think that was not a good place for me mentally and stuff.
While some teens need a safe space for a short time, others are looking for a forever family. But not everyone is willing to adopt an older child. In fact, 75% of foster kids who are adopted are younger than 9 years old. Raquel Bell has been working in foster youth for over a decade and said foster teens are often misunderstood.
I think the biggest myth is that they're troubled and that the system is taking care of their needs. You can't expect any system to provide meaningful connection and support. That has to come from people.
Another myth, foster teens don't want a family.
We all want family, we all want connection. And so for our foster youth, like being in a family is the normal thing for them. Foster care is not normal, and it's not any place that someone should grow up.
Older single adults also hesitate fostering teens.
Empty nesters are just like grandparents for those kids and can actually provide them with stability and also like wisdom too.
Although the road to finding a family is tough, Williams believes it's all part of the building blocks to create a stable home.
It's going to be like a part of your story and stuff, and you can let it be a part of your story, but you just don't let it like affect you too much.
I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
Now, studies show only 58% of foster teens live with a family compared to kids 12 and under. That figure is at 95%.
Time is now 5:55. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day, man's best friend on your screen right now, is Milo. He is the best bud to Tommy, Tommy's the one who submitted us Milo.
Very cute picture there. Milo's a cutie patootie.
Yeah.
We want to keep seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos and tell us what makes your pet special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Coming up on 5:56 now, time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, Bob, today is a day I think we're going to have to look for those windows of sunshine.
And those windows of sunshine, guys, is early, probably the next hour or two, and then we're looking at the clouds building in. Here's your day part forecast. Sunshine through about 7 a.m. and then thickening clouds. We're beginning in the 50s and then 60s, and then even with the clouds, we're warming into the mid-70s later on, and some afternoon showers do build in. Becomes a steadier rain tonight. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We go from 75 today to 65 on Wednesday. Yellow alert day, at least a half an inch of rain, maybe over an inch with the rain. And then by Thursday, lingering showers, 68. By Friday, hopefully drier, 70. And then the weekend, oh boy, we just can't get a dry weekend, can we? Rain on Saturday, dry on Sunday. And then looks like dry into much of next week, and temperatures at least near or a little bit above average.
Coming up in our next hour, we look at the primary election in Maryland and the school board races in Delaware as voting takes place today in both states. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.